really fast.
I've literally I have no idea what I'm doing here, but we'll give it a go.
Not right.
Hey! As I'm sure you're well aware, the last week has been quite eventful. Tuesday was Pancake Day, Wednesday was the start of Lent, and then Thursday was Valentine's Day. Pancake Day is usually quite insightful. Most people have their own kind of preference of how they like their pancakes done and what they put in their pancakes and how they eat them. And especially for me being at college for Pancake Day, with a kind of huge range of different backgrounds and people and traditions and what they kind of do, was kind of odd. With the kind of traditional pancake fillings of lemon and sugar, which I personally do enjoy, but when you think about it, because the sweet and sour kind of cancel each other out, it just makes the pancake wet and gritty, which is quite odd. Then there's people who put syrup on, which is kind of a bit more obvious why you would do that. Some people roll pancakes, some people fold pancakes. There are some people who lie them flat and cut them like they would cut a steak, which I feel is weird. There are some people who prefer orange juice to lemon juice on their pancakes, which, although it tastes fairly similar and it's still nice, I did try it. It's not as easy to find kind of pre-made bottles of orange juice in the same way you would lemon juice, and so you have to squeeze the orange yourself, which just kind of leaves you smelling like some sort of citrus air freshener. And there are people who want to pretend that they were actually trying to make Yorkshire puddings and so put gravy on their pancake, which is definitely weird. Then you get people who take it to a kind of the next level in fanciness and put strawberries and cream in, which is a personal favourite of mine, or one that I recently heard, taking the filler for a cherry pie and putting that inside a pancake, which is very interesting. If I like cherries, I'd probably try that, but I don't. Something I have yet to try is more of a savoury pancake, well, kind of a mix of having bacon and syrup. Now, I can understand syrup on its own, and I can understand bacon on its own. Whereas bacon and syrup, I don't know how they work. I don't know how they fit together, but that's obviously a way to do it. We moved into Ash Wednesday, the start of Lent. 40 days and 40 nights, if you don't class the Sundays, which I don't know why you wouldn't class the Sundays, in which case it's 47. You traditionally give something up for that period of Lent, for those days, in an attempt that at the end you would have broken that habit over that course of time psychologically, and you would have given it up. But that's the period where you do it and everyone else is doing it, so there's motivation and there's camaraderie and all that kind of stuff. It makes it easier. Kind of new to me in the past few years, but I'm sure it's been going on forever, is people will take up something for Lent rather than giving something up in an attempt to kind of grow forwards rather than prune back, if you will. Maybe people will take up sport, or they'll take up eating more fruit, or something that I've started to do slightly before Lent, but I'm still counting it, is to read a chapter of the Bible when I get up in the morning, and hopefully that'll develop into a chapter of the Bible before I go to bed, and that'll become a regular thing, and I'll get into the habit after the 40 days, and that kind of fits in with the fact that it's a Christian thing. Quite funny how many people don't make it past like the first week, let alone halfway through, or even if they are full of courage and confidence, the whole 40 days, which realistically isn't that long a time. I'm really bad at giving things up. I tried to give up crisps once, didn't go well. I tried to give up sarcasm once, which went worse. So I just kind of stopped giving up things. And then finally we have Valentine's Day, one of the bizarrest holidays in the calendar. If you're single, Valentine's Day kind of sucks. Well, either it sucks, or it is not a day. It is literally just, this week it was a Thursday, and you don't pay any attention. If you like somebody and there's kind of something you want to start, your two options are to send them something secretly, which is slightly pointless, or to be incredibly bold and send them something signed and they know it's from you, and risk on Valentine's Day being told, oh, I just like you as a friend. Or you come out trumps and that is like the most romantic story in your history. Or you're already in a couple, and then if the only day when you do anything is Valentine's Day, then you need to sort yourself out and get a grip. So yeah, it's quite odd. It doesn't really properly cater to anyone except the people who are bold enough to do something on Valentine's Day and it's returned, in which case you're just kind of waiting for the 14th, when you could have done it before. And I recently learned in America, and this may not be the entirety of America, this is just the people that I've spoken to from America. I say people, the one person who I've spoken to from America about Valentine's Day, is that they send Valentine's Day cards to literally everyone. Everyone. So they will send a Valentine's Day card to their family, each member, to their friends, regardless of gender, to their pets. There are Valentine's Day cards specifically written to a pet. Not just you get a Valentine's Day card and you address it, oh, this is for my dog. It is a Valentine's Day card designed for a dog. And in school, they would send one to each member in their class and maybe each member in their year. Which, first of all, must cost an absolute bomb. And secondly, is totally pointless. If somebody sent you a genuine Valentine's Day card, it would just get lost in the mass of red envelopes and pictures of bears holding hands. And no one would ever know. So, after my whistle-stop tour of this week, and a little bit of a rant on some of the occasions, I would like to hear from you. What is, first of all, your favourite pancake filler? And are you a roller, a folder, or do you cut like a steak, which is odd? What are you giving up for Lent? Or what are you taking up for Lent? Or potentially both? And did you give or receive anything for Valentine's Day? Or do you have a funny Valentine's Day story from any year? These are my questions I pose to you, and I look forward to your comments.